today I'm going to be answering the age-old question, how fast is my metabolism really? And I just ordered some food. I'm going to be actually eating the amount of calories in this food that equals my basal metabolic rate, aka BMR, aka the amount of calories your body burns just doing nothing, just surviving, basically breathing, you know, pumping your own blood. Let me just throw in real quick that there might be a lot of fishy info and pseudo facts in this video, so I don't know. I did my own research though, so I'm basically an expert at this point. The average BMR for a human, based on the top Google result, is 1,000 to 2,000 calories per day. For women, the average is 1,400, and for men, it's anywhere from 1,600 to 1,800, which I feel like is pretty wild, but I guess if those are just the averages, then maybe that could make sense. Your mileage may vary greatly, actually. It depends on a lot of factors, such as age, sex, height, weight, and plenty more that are still unknown. I took those numbers for myself and I ran them through several simulations. These are just formulas that will give you a decent little estimate of what your BMR is, and mine came out, according to these formulas, as somewhere in the 1600s. One of them was in the 1500s and one of them was in the 1700s, but that doesn't take into account my body composition. So I got one of those scales that measures that kind of stuff. It sends like electric signals through your body, and I guess it travels different speeds through fat or muscle. It's a little bit more accurate, supposedly, because it takes, you know, a couple more factors into consideration. And I arrived at a number that is, for me, is going to be the best estimate. The only way I can really figure this out is by going to some kind of lab. Basically, I discovered that my basal metabolic rate is 1,588.7 as of yesterday. It's slow. It's lower than all the predictions, except the old Catch McCardle. That one was actually pretty accurate. If I'm laying in bed all day, not even thinking, you know, because your brain actually uses a lot of calories, I hear. That is how many calories my body is going to burn. And then everything on top of that, if I do think a thought, if I do walk around, if I do exercise or whatever, anything I do outside of just surviving, that will be extra calories. That will be your like maintenance for your daily caloric intake. You know what I mean? I'm estimating mine to be somewhere around, I don't know, it depends on the day. Maybe some days it's 2,300, some days it's maybe more or less, depending on what I do, how active I am. But the BMR should be more constant. I found it pretty interesting that mine is actually below average slightly. It's pretty average, I'd say, but according to some of the numbers I found online, it's below what it could be potentially. So if anyone out there is thinking that I have like a super fast metabolism, I don't. It'd be a big misconception. But how do you stay slim? Well, I've talked about this in many videos. For one, I'm not. You don't want to see what's below this line right here, specifically right here. But also, I just don't really eat that much, to be honest with you. There's no video where I eat a ton of food, and the videos where I do, if I eat like a whole pizza in one video, the next day I won't eat that much, and I just balance it out. So that's the secret there. There is no secret. Again, your mileage may vary, and this all could just be anecdotal kind of BS. But I do think there are a lot of people who do maybe have misconceptions about calories or metabolism and stuff like that. So I just wanted to clear that up, at least for me. And today I ordered Taco Bell. I feel like I haven't had in a while. And I looked at all the calories for all the items, and I got as close to my BMR number as possible. It actually came out to 1,580 calories that I'm going to be eating right here. So I'm surprised it hasn't shown up yet, but when it does, I'll be back. All right, we got the food, and I know I did a lot of jibber jabbering just now. I just got to do a little bit more real quick, sorry. This is the Crunchwrap beef. This was 530 calories. This is a dang quesadilla chicken, 510 calories. This is a Taco Supreme beef soft shell. This is 210 calories. And the fries right here, actually, I looked up the info for nacho fries, but I feel like these are a little bit different than nacho fries that you might see in America. They're thinner. But let's just go with it for now. The information on their site said this was 330 calories, all the fries and the cheese together. And this came out to $21.77. Let's just get into it. I'm hungry. I'm gonna start off with this taco back here. I mean, we're not looking at much here. It's just a regular Taco Bell taco. But this isn't really so much about the food here. It's more of out of genuine curiosity of eating my BMR in one sitting and seeing how I feel, if I'm full, if I'm not full, if I get really hungry later on in the day, and what am I going to do about that? So it's just, I've never really completely measured out my BMR and the amount of calories I eat in one sitting before, so just kind of an experiment. Anyway, going in. Solid. The beef taco supreme here. Well, for one, the soft shells are actually, what I figured out was they're like 10 more calories than the hard shells, the crunchy tacos. And then also the supreme. I don't know exactly the difference between the regular taco and the supreme taco, but I know sour cream is one difference, and I believe maybe tomatoes. I don't know. But not as big of a difference as you might think. I'm pretty sure the regular taco, like beef regular taco soft shell compared to the supreme beef taco soft shell, the difference is only like 20 or so, maybe 30, but I think it was 20. But that's down the hatch, 210 calories. All right, let me try out some of these fries. Actually, I'm curious about these. I like these. I actually really like these. They remind me, in a way, of Steak and Shake fries, which I used to love as a kid. Still do. Just I don't really get to eat Steak and Shake a lot anymore. But with a little bit of seasoning on there to take it to a little different level, and the cheese sauce dip. Yeah. I'll be honest, I've never had actual nacho fries from Taco Bell in America, so I'm guessing these are quite different. Similar concept though. I like these because they're not overly seasoned, and you can still taste that potato. Actually, I'll tell you what. If I had to pick between super skinny shoestring fries, or I don't know if these are quite shoestring, but super skinny fries versus fat fries, I'm picking skinny fries all day. Love me some skinny fries, man. All right. Try this quesadilla. I'm less with that. That goes down real nice. By the way, if you're wondering why I chose the things I chose, it took a while to get the numbers right, you know? Also, the Korean Taco Bell menu isn't really that vast. It's a little bit bogus. So I wanted to get some classics, some things that everyone could kind of recognize. But also some things that I would enjoy. I like all these things so far. Beef crunch wrap. Now, I'll tell you what, man. This has been falling off steadily. I used to love this thing. I mean, that cross section is looking so weak, though. A little bit disappointed on this one. Each bite, you're tasting all the layers of the tortilla. So many layers, but not enough fillings. Needs way more beef, in my opinion. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to double it up. Don't they have like a double decker or triple double or something? Well, they don't have it here. So far, though, I've taken down over half of my meal. I'm not even slightly full. In fact, I'm more hungry now than I was before I started the video. And if you think about it, if this is a lunch. You know what I mean? It'd be a big lunch. For sure, but it's a lunch. And then imagine if you have to eat breakfast and dinner on top of that. I mean, no wonder. I feel like these days, food like this, especially like the quesadilla here, I could take this whole quesadilla down in like 2 bites, and that's 500 calories. It's not gonna fill you up. And so like this hyper palatable food that's like fast food, easily, it just goes down. I love it, but you can see why like people overeat or eat over the amount of calories. Like if you're trying to take down 500 calories of like a straight up like chicken breast and vegetables compared to this one quesadilla, it'd be a lot more mass. So, yeah, it's all a sham, really. I'm just kidding. It is what it is, but one other thing that I found quite interesting was your body is very good at adapting. So say you figure out the number of calories you need to just maintain your current body weight, and you're like, I'm gonna lose some weight here. So say it's whatever, let's just say 2,000 calories, because that's the number that they use on all the average adult thing. But if you take 2,000 and you're like, all right, I'm gonna eat like 200 calories less per day, and then over time, if I eat 1,800 calories, 200 less than my maintenance, I will lose weight over time. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure your BMR will react to that change. So it's like, oh, my body's getting less calories. Instead of your basal metabolic rate or resting metabolic rate staying at whatever, 1,500 per day, it might actually lower itself. So there may be circumstances where you actually eat less calories, but you stay the exact same, which is kind of weird, but it makes sense. Like I feel like throughout most of, human history, throughout the caveman era and whatnot, like food was scarce, you know what I mean? So it would actually, you'd be at an advantage to have a lower metabolism, a slower metabolism, because you don't have to be constantly eating. And now it's like, at least in the first world, complete opposite. It's better to have a faster metabolism. We have a surplus of food. Well, a lot of us do. We're fortunate. So it's really crazy. It's weird. I'll tell you what though. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Except the crunch wrap. I should have dipped the crunch wrap in this cheese. That would have made it better, but I wasn't thinking. But yeah, man, there you go. There's my whole spiel on some stuff that probably many people don't really care about, and I could definitely eat a lot more. And I know it's 3:44 p.m. right now. Here in a few hours, I'm going to be hungry again and inevitably eat something else. But that makes sense as long as I keep it under like whatever 2,300 or whatever it is. Obviously, there are a lot more factors that go into health than simply just calories in versus calories out. But that's not what this video is about. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. Except, well, you know what they say. Everyone's an expert on their own opinion. Anyway, I'm about to skate out of here. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Not so fast. It is 1 hour after filming. I was editing this video, and I thought I would just add in a couple extra things. I was just going to write it in there, but I figured I might as well record it. I mean, my computer's right there. Right off the bat, I'm hungry. Like, not just like not full, but I'm actually hungry. I want to eat some more food, which is a little bit interesting to me. Second thing is, I was talking about how your BMR can lower. So if you eat less food, your BMR can drop along with it, just to keep that balance. But there's a flip side to that. There's ways that you can increase your metabolism too, which I don't think I really touched on at all. I think one pretty tried and true method is just building a bunch of muscle. I mean, it just kind of makes sense that if you take two people, same height, same age, whatever, but one of them's just massive and the other one's not, and they're just both chilling, one of them's body is going to use more calories than the other just to be chilling, you know what I mean? So you can't really decrease your age or increase your height, but you can hit the gym, and get gains that way. Other than that, I don't know, it's a mystery, but I just wanted to throw that in. It's not like you can just completely control your metabolism at will, but there might be some ways that you could increase it or potentially lower it if you wanted to. All right, I think that's all for now. Peace.